Mason Baston here with River Road Jet Boats. Another episode of tips and tricks. Plastic. We all want it, and once we have it, we love it. But we don't often talk about taking care of it, servicing it, replacing it. So I'm going to take advantage of what I can only call an awesome weekend and some of the carnage that came with it to kind of explain to you guys and gals the process of maintaining your plastic. This is our 1760. We were up on the New River Gorge, and we had two kinds of plastic tears. One of them caused by a foreign object, aka a piece of metal or iron in the river, and that is right here behind me. I know, wow. What we've got here, this is how the piece of plastic originally fits on the boat. And if you look up here in the front, this is where the piece of steel hit it. It was a piece of bar or pipe or something hit right here, and as it drove under the plastic, it dug through here, taking out all the hardware and just ripping the plastic loose as it came back. It's pretty wild. We actually ran about 10 miles with it just hanging on the bottom of the boat. This is one of the most evident signs of our effects in the river when you're running a jet boat, is when you find steel or iron or concrete, things like that are pretty aggressive on the plastic. So we're going to show you guys. This is not a big deal. You can fix this at home. This piece of plastic right here will probably be what I make my patch out of. I'm going to hammer it out, heat it up, get it nice again. If it suits, we'll put this back on here as a repair until this boat's due new plastic. Up here, we've got a real unusual type of damage. What we have here is we were going upriver and we got way up in the shallows up against the left bank of the river and cut it too close. That's right, we do cut it too close sometimes. And when we made impact, it was a top water hit, so this area of the boat was all the way out of the water. The initial impact was right here, solid thud, hit our protective chine right here, and then grabbed the plastic and just basically popped this section off that hangs over our chine back here to where the seam is. Plastic's in 4 quadrants. So this is rare. I've seen smaller sections chunked out on customer boats, and I've done as well on my boat. This is the longest section I've ever seen chunked out on one of our boats. There again, though, not terrible big deal. It does have to be fixed, but not the end of the world. We'll get it all cleaned up and nice looking. I'm going to have a piece of scrap plastic, which we build boats here, so we have plenty of scrap plastic. Something to remember, though, when you're talking to your boat builder, when you go to pick up your boat, you may want to ask him, hey, can I have the drops from my boat? So you can throw them in the garage, and if you ever have an incident like this arise, this can be fixed with self-tappers. This can be done the way that we're going to do it, actually drilling and tapping and cleaning it up real nice. But either way, it can go for a field repair or a more permanent temporary repair, which is the route we're going to go with this boat, because this plastic's not too old. It's got about a year on it. I'd like to get 3 years out of it. We're pretty heavy use, obviously, so it's we run a little harder and don't get quite as much life out of the plastic, but I would like to get 3 years out of this plastic. It's tough stuff. It's also expensive, though, so we want to get the most life out of it possible. Now I'm going to go ahead and get my tools out. We'll start cleaning this up, and we'll let you in on the next few steps as we get to them. Mason Baston, River Road Jet Boats again on this UHMW repair job with tips and tricks. I'm working the original tear that came out. I got lucky enough to where it didn't come off the boat. And y'all are probably thinking, holy smokes, why would you use that? The main reason is it's the perfect shape. It fits the hole perfectly. It's 1/2 inch material, so it lays heavy around the edges when it's fastened. So When it's all put back together, we can clean it up nicely. But one of the tricks to doing that is thermal molding the plastic back to its original state. And sorry if I'm not looking at you the whole time I'm doing this, I'm keeping a close eye on this plastic. When I first started heating the plastic, heat gun set at 1200 degrees, torch is whatever the torch is putting out. Let's go ahead and assume it's hotter. We're moving it around a lot. We want to take this surface, which was a little flat, and heat it up to where we see what we've got going on now, this shine. Now, no smoking. We don't want to burn the plastic. And this is 1/2 inch thick, so I spent 10 minutes heating up one side. Now I'm going to take it, and I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to do the same to this side. The reason I'm doing that is because I want the plastic to take as close to its original shape as possible, which is flat. When the plastic got stretched, it expanded, it heated, it cooled, it has been thermal molded. So in order to take it back to its original state, we've got to reverse the process. So I'm going to spend probably 5 minutes on this side, putting the heat to it. It'll shine up faster. You can see this is the outside of the boat, so it's really scratched up. But you'll still, when it gets to temperature, be able to see what we've got going on here. And at that point, we're going to take and hammer this out. We're going to pound it out flat as we can get it, and then we'll start working on the boat side. And I'll show you guys a neat trick to figuring out how to replace your plastic, where to put your hardware, where it's not going to be a problem down the road. So we'll check back in with you here in a minute. Mason Baston again, tips and tricks, back with you here on this UHMW repair. So I've got my outside sheet of plastic hot enough. You can't really see the shine as well as I can because of all the scratching on the plastic. A little bit shifty right there, real nice. But from a thermal standpoint, we're ready to roll. The first thing I'm going to do is take my sledgehammer and I'm going to hit, let's cut this off so don't burn the shop down. We're going to hit this area right here first and this area right here. And that's because they have the heaviest bend in them. Plastic it's been stretched, so it's not going to fully compact back to its original size. So we want to work our high points first, just like you were working a piece of metal or something like that. So here we go. Cut that off. Back here, go ahead and hit that spot a couple of times real good. And then we're going to go up here to our center line. Work that across. Down here again. And then we're starting to get a nice shape. Now, I'm going to take these lead blocks and lay them on here to help it hold the shape that I want. You may not have lead blocks at home. Center blocks, bricks, all that stuff works fine. I'm going to actually grab 2 more blocks and set it on here. And I'm going to do a little more pounding on it with the lead. You won't be able to do that unless you lay a piece of wood on top. Keep that in mind.